Okay, right. Evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I think we've just got some confused yogis on the first one. Hopefully it'll be smoother next week. So we're going to start sitting on our shins. So coming to just have your shins on the mat and heels to the butt. If this isn't comfortable, feel free to sit cross-legged. So I want you to be in a seat that you can be in for a few breaths. So if this just really is too much, then either if you've got a block, pop a block in between the ankles and sit on the block, or sit cross-legged. Nice. And then from here, you're just going to allow a little bit of focus, a little bit of energy, a little bit of clarity to come into your physical being. And so we're going to start with a mudra. A mudra is a seal or a hand gesture in yoga. And so for the mudra we'll start with tonight is Hakini mudra, which is a mudra for focus. So to do that, you take all of your fingers and thumbs, they just come together. And then you have it so that your thumbs are pointing kind of towards your heart, fingers are pointing out, and then you just open a little bit so you've got a little bit of space. Nice. Then from here, just gently close your eyes or take a soft gaze. If closing your eyes just isn't your vibe, feel free to just gaze down into your fingers, into the mudra. But if you like to have your eyes closed, feel free to do so. Just going to take 3 clearing breaths together just to bring ourselves into the space, onto our mats, clear out the day that's been. So taking a deep inhale, filling the lungs, filling the chest, filling the belly. See if you can just breathe all the way in. And then exhale, let it go. Inhale, fill up the lungs, fill up the chest, fill up the belly, right up into the soft palate in the back of the mouth. And then exhale, let it go. Last one, just like that. Inhale, fill up, allow yourself to expand in all directions, north, south, east and west. Imagine you're looking down on yourself, getting bigger. And then gentle exhale, let it go. Nice. Softly blink the eyes open if they were closed. Release your mudra. Let your hands just come down onto your hips. So for the practice this evening, we're going to move through an awakening set sequence. So awakening is a style of yoga. It's a Vinyasa style. The beauty of a set sequence is we'll do this every Monday. It'll allow you to just see where you are in space and time, in your body, week on week, seeing how things are showing up for you. I'll offer modifications all the way throughout, so don't worry if something seems like it's challenging. Feel free to come down into a child's pose at any time, and remember that there's no one that you're in competition with, not even yourself. Okay? So that being said, we'll come to start. So from here, take a deep inhale, sweep your arms up, let your gaze, your drishti, follow your hands, looking up to the ceiling. As you exhale, cactus the arms. So imagine that you could drag your elbows down towards your hips. As you do that, use it to pick your heart up, lift your gaze. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, cactus again. Each time, imagining you could crank the backs of your elbows up and the backs of the palms back. Inhale, sweep it up, look up. Exhale, crank it open. Just finding some space through the front body. And release. Shake that out. Nice. From here, take your hands, clasp them behind your back. Let's start with the right thumb on top of left first. So you're going to make this clasp, and then as you inhale, you're going to send your elbows long and away from you. Just trying again to bring the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And then as you exhale, you're going to take your little clasp over towards the right. Anywhere on the right is fine. It doesn't need to come all the way to your hip. And then when you get there, pull your right elbow back. Nice. From here, let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. And just feel that stretch along the left side of your neck. If it feels good, you can gently start to nod the head and sway the head just to see if you can unstick any tension that you might have on the left side here. My teacher always says it's nice to write your name with your nose in the air. especially if you have a long name. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center, release the clasp, change the clasp. So this time left thumb on top of right, hands behind you. And then inhale, send the hands back. Use that to lift your chest. And then allow the exhale to drag your little clasp over to the left. Draw your left elbow back. Let your left ear fall towards your left shoulder. And again, feel that tension on the right side. And tension's not a bad thing, we need it. But just feel it out. Maybe you want to lift and nod the head or move the head from side to side, but just see if you can unlock anything of interest on this right side. Any bit of space that you can create. Nice. From here, inhale, send the hands back behind you, and then release the hands. From here, you can take the hands all the way back, so right behind you, come up onto your fingertips, and then deep inhale, lift the hips high. Again, we're just trying to kind of open up through the collarbones, be broad across the front body. You can let the head go if it feels nice, but it's not necessary. And then exhale, lower the hips, back down, come forward, come into a tabletop position. So having your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. You can tuck the toes or untuck them, that's Yogi's choice. From here, we're just going to take a little wrist warm up. So circling the body over the wrists a couple of times in one direction and then the other. I always say this at this part of the practice, but the confinement, the restriction is the quadruped. But everything within this shape is your own expression, your own kind of how you're feeling, how you're showing up. So feel free to move however feels good to you in this moment. You want to transfer the weight across all four corners of the palm so that you're really getting a good warm up into the hands, into the fingers, into the forearms. Nice, and then from here, come to some stillness. We're going to flip the palms so that the fingertips point backwards. If this is too much on your wrist, have them point out to the sides of your mat. Nice. From here, we're going to take our cat-cow with a bit of restriction here in the shoulder. So as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Cow pose. As you exhale, push the ground away, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under you, come into an angry cat position. Inhale through to cow pose, so roll the chest through the heart. Exhale, push away, chin to chest. Inhale through to cow pose, lift the tailbone, lift the collarbones. Last one, exhale, push back to cat. Really tuck in the tailbone under, trying to protract through the shoulders. Come back to neutral. Release the hands, sit back onto the heels, untuck the toes. Nice. From here, have your hands clasped into the center of your chest. Take a big inhale. Imagine you could breathe into your fingers and your palms. As you exhale, turn the palms away from you. Start to push the hands away. See if you can roll chin to chest and puff through your upper shoulders. Now as you inhale, lift your hands. Your gaze will follow. Take a mini back bend. Just lifting your hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll down. So pushing the hands away, puffing through the shoulders, chin to chest. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, push away. Really try and articulate through the spine. One more of these. Inhale, roll it up. Your drishti, your yogi gaze will follow. Exhale, push away. Release the hands, shake it out. Nice. Then sitting on your heels with the toes untucked, you want to come into having your hands frame your knees. So I'll take my socks off and show you. So we're going to have untucked of the toes, yeah, so we're on the tops of the feet. The hands are going to frame the thighs. So you want to have it so that your thumbs are kind of pointing up the mat, your fingers are pointing away. So not like we would for many other poses. We just want to get a little bit of external rotation through the upper arm bone. The fingertips want to come so they're in line with the tops of the knees, not too far beyond. So I'm going to show you where we're going first because it's a little bit funky, and then we'll have a go together. So what we'll do is we'll inhale together, we'll lift the chest.
And then as we exhale, we drive the knees into the chest, chin into the chest, leaning forward. I'm not letting my hips come too high or go too low. I'm kind of keeping them roughly at the knees. What we're trying to find here is just deep compression, rounding through the spine. So let's try that together. So bringing the hands down, setting yourself up. Take a deep inhale, lift the gaze, lift the chest. As you exhale, push into the ground. Drag your knees into your chest, round your upper back. See if you can go a little bit lower with the thighs. Be here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Slowly let go on 1. Feel free to come off your feet and tap your feet out if that was a lot on the feet or the hands. Nice job. And then from here, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Let your head go, have a soft bend in your knees. Imagine that you could squeeze your inner armpits together just to create a little bit of space through the back body. Let your head go. Feel free to take any wiggles. Maybe you want to paw the ground with your feet, lifting and lowering one heel and then the other. Maybe you want to nod the head, shake the head. You could open the mouth, close the mouth. No one's watching. Beautiful. We're going to run through the Awakening Vinyasa. There's going to be lots of options. If you don't like the Awakening Vinyasa and you want to take a classic Vinyasa, by all means do. I'm not at all offended. So from here, everyone's going to lift their heels, bend their knees deeply, and then ripple forward into a high plank pose. So shoulders will come on top of wrists. We're going to look long here. The first option for the Vinyasa is everybody drops their knees to the mat. We look longer even still. As we exhale, we lower and we push back up, half push up. Nice. Then push your butt back towards your heels, drop your forearms, look forward. As you inhale, that inhale is going to drag you through your arms. You're going to lift your elbows, push into the ground, come into upward facing dog or cobra. Then tuck your toes, exhale, push back, downward facing dog. So you can do that every time I call a plank or every time I call a Vinyasa. Feel free to drop your knees if that feels good. We'll do that again. So lift the heels, bend the knees, ripple forward into your high plank pose. Bring your belly with you, so engage through the core. Keep the knees lifted if you like, or we drop them. Look long, exhale, lower and rise. And you don't need to lower all the way down. You can go as far as you can. Push the butt back towards the heels, drop the forearms, look forward. As you inhale, that inhale drags you through. Lift your elbows, push into your hands, find upward facing dog. Hello. Roll over the toes, come back into downward facing dog. Nice stuff. From here, lift your right leg to the sky, 3-leg dog. As you exhale, right foot outside of right hand, drop your left knee down. So bringing that foot all the way up. As you take a deep inhale, open and twist to the right, reaching your right arm up, taking the weight into your left hand. Other way, Eduardo, other way. Nice. Exhale, right hand comes down. From here, we're going to tuck the back toes under, work to lift the hips high, work to straighten through both legs, coming into a modified pyramid. The front leg doesn't need to straighten all the way. You can have a soft bend in the knee if you like. From here, look long. Rebend the right knee so your right foot plants back down. Big jump, big step. Left foot goes to the outside of your left hand. Nice. Deeply bend your knees. Lift your chest. Send your hips back, knees wide. Come nice and high. Active squat. Exhale to stand. Draw your hands into your chest. Inhale, reach your arms up. Your drishti, your gaze will follow. Exhale, bring your hands back through the center line, come back into active squat. With active squat, we want to lift the chest nice and high, send the knees nice and wide. So we've got that work in the glutes. From here, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back, step your right foot back, come to downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg will rise, 3-leg dog. Exhale, left foot this time goes outside your left hand. Drop your right knee down. Keep your right hand down. Inhale, open and twist to the left. Reaching your left arm up nice and high. As you exhale, your left hand goes back to where you got it from. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your hips. See if you can work into a modified pyramid by working to straighten both legs. For extra intensity here, you can pull the toes back towards the shins. Inhale, rebend the left knee. Plant the left foot down. As you exhale, step that right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come low into active squat as you lift the chest. From here, think about sending the knees nice and wide, keeping the spine nice and long. As you exhale, squeeze your butt to come to stand. Draw your hands into your chest. Inhale, send it high. Exhale, back down to active squat. Keeping the chest lifted, sending the butt back. Inhale, hands to the mat. As you exhale, bend your knees, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, come back to down dog. We're going to flush this out with a vinyasa. So lift your heels nice and high, bend your knees, push off your toes, ripple forward, come into that high plank pose. Hold the high plank. If this is a lot, come down onto your knees, but we're going to lower and rise. Then drop your knees if they weren't. Send your butt back towards your heels, drop your forearms. Look forward. As you inhale, pull through into upward facing dog. Your elbows have to lift to allow you to lift in. Exhale, roll it back. Downward facing dog. Nice, lift the heels, bend the knees. As you exhale, this time step your right foot outside your right hand, left foot outside your left hand, straight away. Inhale, active squat again. Exhale to stand, draw your hands into your chest. Inhale, send your hands up, look up. Exhale, back to active squat. Nice. Sink the hips nice and low, chest out, lifting. Inhale, hands to the mat, look long. This time you can step your feet back or you can jump back to plank. Yogi's choice. From plank pose, knees stay high or you drop them, but we exhale, we take the push-up. Half or full is great. Then everybody drop their knees, send their butt back, drop their forearms. As you inhale, you pull through into upward facing dog. So waving the body through. Remember to press into the tops of your feet when you get there to lift your legs. The exhale sends the energy backwards, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. We got 2 more of those. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look long. Exhale, step or jump, feet outside hands. Inhale takes you into active squat. Nice. Send the hips low, keep the chest high, knees go wide. Exhale, bring your hands into you, come to stand. Inhale, drishti rises, send your hands up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, back into active squat. Think about really lifting through your chest as your knees go wide. Inhale, the hands seek the mat, look long. Step or jump back to plank. From here, we lower and rise. Maybe you drop the knees, maybe you don't. Yogi's choice. Then send your butt back towards your heels. Drop your forearms, look forward. The inhale drags you into upward facing dog. Beautiful. The exhale sends you back, downward facing dog. 1 more of these. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look long. Step or jump, feet, nice Jan, in outside the hands. Nice. Inhale to active squat. Exhale, stand. As you stand, squeeze those glutes. Inhale, send it high. Urdhva Hastasana. Reach as high as you can. Exhale, back to active squat. Try and keep the chest nice and long. Inhale, hands seek the mat. Look forward and then step or jump back. If you're jumping back, your chest has to go forward for counterbalance. Knees lifted or drop them, but everybody we lower and we rise. Drop your knees to the mat if they're not. Send your butt back, look long. Inhale, drags you through to upward facing dog. Beautiful, back row. Exhale, wave it back, downward facing dog. Nice job, yogis. 3 breaths here. Deeply inhale. Big exhale. Deeply inhale. Big exhale. Last one. Deeply inhale. And big exhale. Moving on to Surya Namaskar B, awakening sun salutation B. On your inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. Now come high onto the ball of your left foot, so super high. Then drive your right knee in towards your chest, as tight as it will go. I want you to use your left leg as a spring, to spring forward. So bend your left knee deeply, and then ripple forward, right foot goes to right thumb. So big step up. Feel free to use the hand to help you get there. Deeply bend your back knee so it comes to a hover. As we inhale, we rise up into a double bent leg lunge. So we're keeping that back knee bent. We're fighting for hip extension, something that most of us do not have a lot of. Everyone take your hands to your hips. Have a feel of where they are in space. Try and tuck the tail under. So this is me not tucking. This is me tucking. Try and give it a tuck. Then as we exhale, I want you to kick through your back heel without moving your hips. So if I kick too much, my hips rise up. So you want to keep it like it's encased in concrete and just kick. The leg is probably not going to straighten, that's fine. From here, bring your hands into your center of your chest. Lean over this right leg, lean, lean, lean. Bend the knee deeply, and then see if you can drag yourself into a bent leg warrior 3. Don't forget to lift your chest, lift your gaze. As you exhale, straighten the right leg, traditional warrior 3. Use the floor for balance if you need to. Then slowly rebend the right knee. Take your arms out for counterbalance. Slowly drop your left toes back. Rise into a high lunge. As you exhale, your palms come together. They meet behind your neck. As you do that, I want you to think about wrapping your triceps as if your arms are trying to crush your ears. Crush them tight. And then as you exhale, lift the chest. Maybe you open the arms up. Maybe they stay there. Exhale, hands to the mat. 3-leg dog. That right leg kicks up nice and high. Take it all the way up. Beautiful. And then drop your right foot. Inhale, ripple forward into high plank pose. As you exhale, lower and rise. Drop the knees if you'd like to. Then everyone drops knees. Send the weight back. Drop the forearms. We're back into the vinyasa. Inhale through into upward facing dog. Press through the tops of the feet, nice and strong. Exhale, wave it back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful effort, everyone. Inhale, the left leg will rise. 3-leg dog. So we got to think about this right leg being the spring. The more springy we are on the right leg, the further the left leg will travel. Come high onto the ball of the right toe, super high. Now drive the left knee into your chest as tight as it'll go. Now, deeply bend through the right knee, and as you go backwards, spring forward, left foot all the way up. Beautiful work. Deeply bend the back knee. Inhale to rise into double bent leg lunge. Nice. Reach the arms up. Keep the hips low. They're encased in concrete. Now as you exhale, push through the back heel. Nice, but keep the hips low. Beautiful. Send your hands forward. Deeply bend your left knee. Hands into the center of the chest. See if you can lift your right leg high. Drop your right hip so it's not spiraling open. And then as you exhale, stand on that left leg. Traditional warrior 3. Bend the left knee again. Arms forward for counterbalance. How slowly can the right toes descend? Inhale to rise. Active. No, it's not active squat. It's high crescent. Exhale, your hands meet behind the nape of the neck. Think about zipping the triceps in. So they're trying to crush your head. And then as you do that, inhale, send the hands back, open up. Maybe lift the chest, open your heart, feel expansive. Exhale, hands to the mat. 3-leg dog, the left leg rises high. Slowly as you exhale, drop left foot back to right. Downward dog. Inhale, roll into high plank pose. As you exhale, lower and rise. Drop your knees if you'd like. Then everybody drop the knees, send the weight back, drop the forearms. As you look forward, a deep inhale will drive you into upward facing dog. Nice, Jill. Press into those feet. And exhale, wave it back. Downward facing dog. We like this, yeah? Building heat, building ritual in the practice. Simple movements, challenging when they're put together. Let's keep that intensity. Inhale, the right leg will lift. Exhale, come high onto the ball of your left toes. Drive your right knee into the chest, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, rise, double bent leg lunge. Bend the back knee, rise up. Exhale, kick through the back heel. Inhale, hands to the center of the chest. Lean over your right leg. Keep the knee bent. Come into crouching warrior. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Warrior 3. Hands out for counterbalance. Slowly as you inhale, can you come back into high lunge? Exhale, hands meet behind the nape of the neck. We wrap the triceps to lift the chest. And then as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart. Maybe the arms will open. Exhale, hands frame the front foot, 3-leg dog. You'd be pleased to know Stacey's regular. She took the brunt of that then. Right leg high, inhale, nice and high. Imagine my hand is on your foot. Kick into my hand. Exhale, lower the right foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into high plank pose. Lower and rise on the exhale. Knees dropping is always welcome. Then everybody drop the knees, send the butt back, drop the forearms, drag yourself through into upward facing dog. Really wrap the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the heart. Exhale, wave it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg will rise, 3-leg dog. Now high onto the ball of the right toes, high, high, high. Bend your right knee as you drive your left knee into the chest. Spring forward, left foot, left thumb. Deeply bend the back knee, rise up, high, double bent leg lunge. Keep everything where it is. Everything is encased in concrete. I now want you to kick through the back heel. Nice. Hands into the center of the chest. As you inhale, lean over the left leg. Fight for bent leg, warrior 3. Lift your chest, lift your heart. Drop your right hip down, everyone. It's cranking open. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Imagine my hand is on your foot. Kick into me. Yes. Hands forward on the inhale. Slowly descend. Right toes to the back of the mat. Rise up into high lunge. Exhale, hands meet behind the nape of the neck. Think about zipping those shoulders up, zipping the forearms up, and then exhale, open the arms nice and wide, reach them up. Drop the hands to the mat, 3-leg dog, the left leg rises. Drop the left leg down, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, roll into high plank pose. Lower and rise on the exhale. Drop the knees, send the weight back, drop the forearms. Inhale, pulls you through into upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet, engage through the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. We've got one more round of these. Right leg high, 3-leg dog. On the inhale, kick it up. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Think about bending and springing off the left foot. Rise up, double bent leg lunge on the inhale. On the exhale, kick through the back heel, keep the hips low. Inhale, deeply bend the right knee, lean over the right leg, come into that crouching warrior. Try and straighten your left leg, keeping a bend in your right knee. Exhale, warrior 3, drop the left hip down, square the hips. Inhale, hands come forward for counterbalance, slowly drop the left toes back, rise into high lunge. Exhale, hands meet behind the nape of the neck. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift up, lean back a little. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg goes high as you inhale, 3-leg dog. As you exhale, drop the right foot to downward facing dog. As you inhale, roll into high plank pose. Stay lifted or lower and rise for the push-up. Nice, Jan. Drop the knees, send the butt back, drop the forearms. As you inhale, pull through into upward facing dog. When you get there, shoulders drop down the back body. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're nearly through this sequence. I know it's a killer. It kills me too. That's why I'm not doing it. Inhale, left leg will rise. 3-leg dog. Take it up high. Now imagine my foot is on the sole of my hand is on the sole of your foot. Kick into it to straighten that leg. A lot of us don't know what a straight leg is. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Spring off the right leg. Inhale, double bent leg lunge. Deeply bend through the back knee. Imagine that you could keep the hips exactly where they are. Now kick into the back heel. Hands into the center of the chest. Lean over the left leg. Find your crouching warrior. Lift the right leg high. Bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten to warrior 3. Start to bend your left knee. Hands come forward to counterbalance you. Slowly descend the right toes. Come back into high lunge. Exhale, hands meet behind the nape of the neck. As they do, you zip the forearms together. You zip the triceps together. And then exhale, lift the chest, lift the hands. Open them if you like. Exhale, hands to the mat. 3-leg dog. The right leg goes high. As you exhale, right foot lands. Inhale, roll into high plank pose. Exhale, lower and rise for the push-up. Drop the knees, send the weight back, drop the forearms. Inhale, drives you into upward facing dog. Nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here, yogis. You could take those in child's pose if you want to drop the knees. You can stay in down dog. You could take a drink. The choices are endless and they are all yours. So hopefully the body is starting to feel alive, receptive, warm. Two more breaths here. Deeply inhale. Long exhale. Deeply inhale. Long exhale. Nice. Everybody meet me back in downward facing dog. Or stay in child's pose for a breath if that serves you. On your next inhale, your right leg will seek the sky. 3-leg dog. Take it up nice and high. Think about the leg being straight behind the knee. High onto the ball of the left toes. Bend the right knee into the chest. Spring off the left leg. Right foot to right thumb. Drop your back heel down 45. Bend through the front knee. Inhale to rise up. Find warrior 2. I like to scoop my right foot over a little bit in warrior 2. That's personal preference. Wherever you are, think about tucking your tailbone under and lifting the pubic bone. So we've got a nice long spine behind us, arms reaching out. Now see if you can plug your right leg back into the socket as you bend the knee and go deeper. So you're kind of pulling back through the thigh bone and bending the knee. Nice. Now lift the chest. Take an inhale. Long exhale. Inhale. Long exhale. Inhale. Long exhale. Nice. We've got a transition coming here. So there's 2 options. I'll show you both. The first one is that the hands come to the center of the chest. Your left hand will come down. Your left knee will come down. Once it gets there, we kick it over towards the left. It comes off the mat. The left foot comes wide. And then we swing the right leg back and we find our side plank. That's option 1. Option 2 is we don't bend the knee. So the hand comes down, we roll onto the outer blade of the left foot, and then we swing the right leg into side plank. So there are your options. Use your poison. Take a deep inhale, hands come into the center of the chest. As you exhale, left hand seeks the mat. Choose your option. So drop your knee if you like, swing your left foot wide, reach your right leg long. Coming into side plank or your variation. Of course, you can keep the knee lifted if that serves you. Now from here, as you inhale, drive your right knee in towards your chest. So this is tricky if you've got the knee on the ground. It's also tricky if you don't. Look to the top of the mat. We're slowly going to step our right foot back to where we got it from. Might not be slow this time, that's fine. Right foot all the way to the top. Drop the back heel down, rise back up into that warrior 2. From here, the right forearm comes to the right thigh, and we sweep the left arm up, Parsvakonasana. So we're back into our warrior 2, but we've got this right arm onto our thigh. Lift you a little bit higher. Yeah, that arm onto the thigh, so lift all the way up, lift all the way up. That's it, that's it, that's it, nice. Beautiful, keep pressing into the back foot. From here, on your next inhale, legs stay as they are. Your right arm reaches up and back, left arm down your leg, coming into reverse warrior. Reaching up and over. You can straighten the front leg for a bit of reprieve if you'd like, or you can keep it bent. Take your left hand, take it on your right lung. Take a deep inhale, breathe into it. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Inhale, both hands windmill up to the side, straighten your right leg. So bring that right leg nice and straight. Setting up for Trikonasana, triangle. So I like to shorten my stance a little bit, it helps me. From here, as you inhale, you lean forward. As you do so, the hips go back, 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 leaning into the future. As you exhale, the right hand comes to the floor, maybe to the toe, maybe to the calf. Anywhere on the right leg is good. And then the left arm reaches up, taking a twist to the side, trying to feel nice and open here. See if you can tuck the bum under if it's swinging out a little. Take one deep breath collectively together. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down, bend the right knee, take it back up to three-leg dog. The right leg will go high, all the way up. As you exhale, drive the right knee towards your right armpit, coming into a curl, like a little tiger curl. You can stay here, you can take Ekapada Kundanyasana if it's in your practice, but I'm not going to break it down tonight. So if you're with me, you're staying here. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, on one, step it back, downward facing dog. Nice. From here, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, ripple into high plank pose. We take the vinyasa again, look long. Exhale, lower and rise. Drop the knees, send the butt back, drop the forearms. Inhale, you drag into up dog. Press into the tops of the feet, drop the shoulders down your back. Exhale, roll it back, downward facing dog. Nice, yogis, left leg will rise, three-leg dog. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Rise up into warrior two, so drop the back heel down 45, come all the way up, spin it up, nice. Arms into a T. Try and drop the butt down, nice. Deeply bend through the left knee. Try and plug the left thigh bone back as you drop the hips, nice, that's going to be intense. Setting up for your transition, so inhale, your hands will come into the chest. You've got your options again here. So either as you exhale, your right knee comes down, your right hand comes down, and you come into your side plank, or you just swing the leg around. Yogi's choice. But wherever you go, be firm in the position. Commit to it. Take a rest, take a rest. Nice. Everybody, inhale, drive your left knee into your chest. Look to the top of your mat. As slowly as you can, left foot to the top of the mat. Nice. Inhale, rise back up into that warrior two, rolling over the back foot, dropping the back heel 45. Find the warrior two position, and then see if you can just bend deeper as you let the left arm come onto your left thigh and sweep your right arm up onto the diagonal. Parsvakonasana, side angle. When you're here, see if you can crank your chest more towards the ceiling. Now tuck your tailbone under so your butt's not sticking out. Nice. On your next inhale, your right leg travels down, your right arm travels down your right leg, left arm up and away, reversing the warrior. Now take your right hand onto your left lung, your left side of your chest. It's going to be harder without it for support. Deep inhale, push into the chest. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Bring the arms into a T. Setting up for triangle, I like to kick the heel at the back in one. Inhale, as we inhale, we reach forward, we send the hips back. We try and tuck the tail under at the same time. And then as we exhale, let the left hand go down, right arm reaches up. You can look down at the left foot or you can look up at the right hand. That's your choice. If you can, see if you can just crank the chest a little bit more to the right. Finding a bit more opening through the spine, a bit more rotation. Take a big breath in, smile, Alid. Exhale, windmill the hands down, bend the left knee, come back into 3-leg down dog. Take the leg high. Then here we're going to roll forward, left knee to left tricep and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Be here for 5. Can the left knee go higher, up into the armpit for 4, for 3, for 2, on 1. Step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into high plank pose. Skip it if you'd prefer. Exhale, lower and rise. Take the push-up or the half push-up, your call. Send the weight back, drop the heels, drop the forearms. Inhale through to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Nice job, yogis. We've got a 10 count journey to the top of the mat. So if you are a handstander or you want to be a handstander, then you feel free to try and handstand hop to the top. Maybe you take 3 hops. Maybe you find a little bit of inspiration and madness. If you're not looking to handstand or try to handstand, or if that's just not in your wheelhouse just yet, then we're going to really mindfully walk to the top of the mat. And so for that, we're going to walk 1 foot in front of the other, trying to keep the arms nice and straight and trying to keep the legs straight for as long as we can. So walking all the way up. Let's make a start for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Take your feet hip distance towards the top of the mat. Have a little bend in your knees. Let your head go, let your arms go, let everything go. Just relax. Feel free to nod the head and shake the head again. Letting go of any tension or frustration you might have built up through the standing sequence or through the sun salutations, both of which are challenging. And then what we're going to do here is something that's a bit unconventional. Lots of you have done this with me before, some of you haven't. It's called circle chair. We basically just close our eyes and we roll up and down the spine. So you just roll, you're just moving however it feels nice. That maybe means kind of rolling up and down the spine. Maybe it's going side to side, reaching the arms up and over. Going one way and then the other. We're just moving however feels good. Moving with intuition. Having a wiggle, trying to unblock some energy, unblock anything in the central channel that's just a bit stuck, metaphorically as well as physically. The central channel, it's where all the chakras are. So by moving up and down the spine, we're just allowing ourselves to be a bit more receptive for them to be open, but also to be heard. So that we can actually listen to the body. Because we often don't listen to it. We often think we know best and we don't. Have a couple of more rolls and sways. Make this as soft or as rolly or as stretchy as you'd like. And then when you've had a couple more rolls, meet me in a forward fold, top of the mat. Nice job. Forward fold. Bend the knees deeply. Let the head go. And then as you inhale, come into Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. So hands onto the shins, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Nice flat spine here. As you exhale, bend the knees deeply, plant the hands, step your left foot to the back of the mat, drop your left knee down. And then I like to wiggle the right foot a little bit wider than my right hand, just so I've got a bit of space for where we're going. Nice. Drop your left hand to the mat. And then as you inhale, we're going to take a twisted lizard lunge. So opening up towards the right. You can stay here. This is great. If you want, you can kick the back heel with your butt to your butt. So you're just trying to use the strength of your muscles to pull the heel into the butt. If you want a bit more, you could catch the back foot with your right hand. It might feel like it's really far away. If it feels far away, then just reach for it. If you've got it, kick into the right hand with your left foot to take you into a deeper twist. But all these variations are great. Nice. Exhale, your right hand will come down, release the left foot. And then from here, work to straighten your right leg, come back into a half split. Nice. You can pull the right toes back towards the shins if this feels good too. And don't worry about straightening the right leg all the way, right? I want you to keep the spine and the chest lifted. So if you're kind of here with a bit of a bend in the knee, that's fine. If you can straighten the leg all the way, keep the spine lifted. We're not looking to round just yet. Think about turning your hips slightly clockwise, just to encourage you to pull the right thigh bone a bit further back. I actually like to swing on the heel, just to kind of get the thigh bone really rolling around the hips. This can be quite intense, so just see how you go. Nice. From here, rebend your right knee, plant your right foot, and then I want you to square up the feet so that you've got a nice hip width distance between your front foot and your back foot. So what I don't want is for you to be on a tightrope. We want a little bit of space for where we're going. You can have your fingertips to the mat. From here, lift your chest, lift your gaze, press strongly into the top of your left foot. See if you can lift your left knee. It doesn't matter if it doesn't lift, but I want you to push as hard as you can and feel that intention in the back foot. So even if the left knee doesn't lift, we're pushing into the left foot. If the left knee lifts, you can stay here, lifting the chest. If you want to go a little bit further, you could take your hands up onto your right thigh and keep yourself nice and low. If you want to go YOLO, you can reach the arms up and take a bit of a back bend, but this is madness. So take somewhere in that range of options that serves you, that's challenging without being too much. Wherever you are, we're here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly let it go wherever you were on 1. Chandrasana lunge, it's a killer for me too. I say that every time I teach it. From here, we're going to come into the full expression of the splits, Hanumanasana. This doesn't mean you need to be like in the full splits. We're just going to go a bit deeper than our half splits. So we're going to start to straighten our right leg and kick our right foot as far forward as it'll go, and then work to drag our left knee back. So I don't want you to go too far. If you get too far, I want you to come back. I want you to feel a decent stretch, but not to the point where we're like trying to kill ourselves. Wherever you are, lift the chest. Allow the breath to come into the body. Nice. Feel the stretch. Feel the intensity of the stretch. Nice. We've got some bendy people in here tonight. One more deep inhale here, collective breath. Strong exhale, let it go. Slowly rebend your right knee, drag your right foot back under you. Maybe you bring the mat along for the ride, that happens. And then we're going to have a standing balance challenge. So if you want to take a crouched handstand here, that means I've taught you it, so you can go for it. If not, we're all going to come up to stand into tree pose. So first of all, we come up to stand on that right leg, and we drive our left knee into the chest. So we're really trying to stand tall on our right foot. Pick a focal point with your gaze, your drishti, that's not moving. So don't look at me or the person in front of you. Try and pick something that's solid. Now we're going to take our left knee, take it wide, and let our left sole of foot come somewhere along the right leg. Don't worry where. It can even go outside the knee. There's a myth that will break your leg. It won't. Let your hands come into the center of your chest once you've got the balance. Nice catch, Tom. Plug into your right big toe, stand up and out of your right leg. Squeeze your right butt cheek, that's going to help you stand tall. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, you reach the arms up into a Y, spreading your branches. If you want more, you're going to lift your gaze up to the ceiling. And if you want crazy more, you close your eyes. Notice how that changes the game. And then slowly, hands back into the center of the chest. Gently release the left foot. Come to stand at the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up high, look up. Exhale, bow down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins or fingertips to the mat. Exhale, fold. This time hands to the mat, right foot goes all the way back, drop your right knee down. Scoot your left foot over a little bit so you've got a bit of space. Right hand plants to the mat. Inhale, open to the left, push into your right hand, twist through the middle of your back. Loads of options here. You can kick the right heel into the butt, and you can just stay reaching for it if it's a bit too far to catch. If you can catch it, and kick the right foot into your left hand to open the shoulder. Anywhere along that spectrum is great. In fact, if you're just trying to pull your right heel into your butt, this is where you can cramp up pretty quickly, which is great. That's what we want. The muscle working at full effort. Slowly on your exhale, release the right foot, left hand back down to the mat. Setting up for our half split again. So we're going to roll backwards, hips go backwards, work to straighten the left leg. Soft bend in it or a big bend in it is fine with me, but I want you to imagine that you could drag the left thigh bone back into the socket. Nice. If you want to flick the toes so they pull back towards the shin, you can. Maybe the fingertips are raised so you can lift your chest, lift your heart. Imagine you could flick your tailbone back, so like really try and stick in your butt out. Again, if you want to just have a little bit of a wiggle on the left heel, you can. That's just trying to find a little bit of different sensation through that left leg. Slowly as you inhale, rebend the left knee, plant the left foot, and then set yourself up for the killer lunge. Chandrasana. So you want your feet hip distance again. Yeah, a little bit further back, Tom. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Now from here, fingertips are on the mat. Press the top of your right foot into the mat. See if you can just lift the knee. If it doesn't lift, I don't want you to worry. I just want you to keep pressing into the ground. That's just going to give it intensity. So either you're going to stay here, lifting your chest, lifting your heart, or you're going to crawl your hands up to your left knee. This might be enough. If you go here, try and straighten your arms and lean back. That's going to intensify it. If you want to go crazy, you're going to reach the arms up. Wherever you are, you hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly let it go on 1. Hands frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, work into your full split. So you can wiggle your left foot forward, you can wiggle your right knee back. It doesn't need to be a deep split here, it just needs to be a stretch for you. And a stretch for you is going to be different to everyone else because we're all built differently. Nice. See if you can lift your chest just to encourage a little bit more life back into the body, a bit more breath. Now I want you to imagine you could gently try and turn anti-clockwise with the hips. It's not a big turn, it's a little turn. Just to try and square those hips off. Nice. Nice. Feel free to come in and out of this. It's a big stretch. Slowly on your next inhale, start to make your way back into that crouched position by dragging your left foot back. All the way back. Don't worry if the mat comes with you, that's common. Nice. And then from here, we're going to come up to stand. Try not to use the hands. Standing on your left leg. Driving your right knee into the chest. Drive that right knee in. Stand tall on your left foot. Take your right knee nice and wide. And see if you can bring your right foot somewhere along your left leg. Choose your drishti, your focus point. Maybe it's a water bottle, maybe it's a line on the floor. Try not to choose someone or a shadow. Hands into the center of the chest. Squeeze your left butt to stand up and out of your left leg. Nice, stay here or reach the arms up, extend the branches. Feel expansive, feel open to possibility. Stay here or lift your gaze. Maybe just lift your eyeballs rather than your head. Stay here or close the eyes. Feel the wobbles. Imagine that you're just a tree in the wind. Slowly bring your hands back into the center. Slowly, slowly release the right leg. Nice. Coming back to the top of the mat. Take your feet hip distance. This time I want you to measure the feet up, okay? So what we want to do is to see how wide our hips are, we're going to turn our right foot and see if it can touch the heel of the arch of the left foot. You want it to just be able to touch. So if it's a bit far away, you're going to scoot it in. That's your perfect geometry to you. Right, so that's hip distance. Let's find that. And then bend the knees deeply. Let the hands sweep along the floor. Bend, bend, bend as you lift the chest, coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. So keeping a deep bend in the knee as much as you can. Now see if you can lift the chest, send your hands back. Now notice if we kind of came out of the bent knee, let's sink deeper. Sink deeper. I know this is a lot on the legs. I know if you did a 2-hour bike ride or a hike up Snowdon yesterday, this is not ideal. But we are where we are. Those choices have already been made. Be here for 5. For 4, lift the chest, drop the hips. For 3. For 2. On 1, spike the heels. So bring the heels up. See if we can lower nice and slowly. Butts onto heels. We made it. You okay? Hands into the center of the chest. Feel free to stay in this toes pose. If you're staying here, I want you to lift your chest. Just allowing that air, that potential into your body. Stay here. This is a great place to work the fascia under the feet. If not, and you want a bit more, we're going to come for Bakhasana, crow pose. If you know where you're going, just crow away. If you don't know where you're going and you want to try, I'm going to break this down. So, take your feet a little bit wider than they are and turn your heels in a bit. Knees go wide. And then we're going to come down and make ourselves the smallest shape we can. So imagining that you're trying to create a shelf for the front of your legs with your arms. So you've got to bend your arms deeply so that your arms and your legs connect. Now we're going to have the hands to the mat, roughly shoulder distance. That's it. And then slowly lean forward, bend your elbows deeply. Maybe 1 foot will lift, maybe 2 feet will lift. If we get there, squeeze the heels into the butt. Beautiful. If you're in it, try and look a little bit ahead, not down. Nice. Be here for 5, or in the toes pose. 4, 3, 2. Feet to the mat. Good effort. On 1. Nice. Beautiful. From here, drop your heels down, roll down onto your back. Come all the way down. So you might need to scoot up your mat a little bit. Nice, and then roll in onto your backs. Take a couple of moments on your backs. Maybe you drive your knees into the chest. Just take a few breaths here. Just take a few breaths. Nice. From here, plant your feet to the mat. Have your knees bent still. And then bend your right knee into your chest. We're going to take our right ankle across our left thigh. Coming into a figure of 4. This might be enough. You might want to pop your right hand onto your right thigh and gently push it away for a bit of extra hip opening, but that's optional. You can stay here. This is a nice passive stretch. If you want a little bit more, you're going to feed your right hand in between the gap. So feed it through and then catch the back of your left thigh or catch your left shin and pull everything into you. But of course, you can just stay where you were. Yeah. I'm going to support you. So put your foot on me. Yeah. You can let go. That's it. Let go. Relax. Nice. And then you can just relax. There you go. I'm going to lean on you. Say when it's enough. Are you feeling it here? Yeah, great. If you've got really open hips, this isn't really cutting it for you, you want a bit more. You're going to take your right foot and cram it into your left elbow crease. Right? So you're cradling your hand and then pull it into you. You have to release the bottom leg. I've described this terribly by the looks of it. Excuse me, Jan. So if you want a bit more stretch, right, you're going to drop your left leg long. So your left leg goes long. You keep your right knee into the chest, and then you take your right foot into the crease of your left elbow, and then you lie back. This can be massively intense. So if you get here and you're like, wow, this isn't where I wanted to be at this point in the practice, go back to where you were. These are all just stages for you to play with. I'll help you. So cross back over. That's it. That's it. Here we go. We've moved you on now. Take 2 more breaths where you are. And then slowly, we're going to twist over to, which side are you? To the, I'm confused because Jan's got a different leg to you guys. So you're going to roll over to the left, bringing it all the way over. You can release the hands, you can cross the legs one on top of the other if that feels better. And then try and take the back nice and flat to the mat and just open up your arms. So you get a nice twist in the legs here. So we're going to take you this way. Yeah, nice. Take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly roll back to where you came from at the center and release the legs. And then we're going to switch legs. So both feet will plant to the mat. You're going to cross your left thigh over, your left ankle over your right thigh and come into any, you do the other one because you've already done this side. And then take the same options again. Allow the head to fall back. If you want to intensify the stretch more, you know how to. If you want to leave it in a nice passive place, stay as you are. Stay as you are. Gently start to roll yourself over to your right, taking the spinal twist. Open up the arms onto the mat just to encourage a little bit more of a twist in the spine. Just allow your nervous system to just come back down to regular. And then when you've had enough, gently roll yourself back to center and set yourself up for your Savasana. Let your legs go long. If you want to grab something to put over your eyes, like maybe your hoodie or just anything, feel free to. Take a moment to settle. And just relax here. If it feels good, just turn your palms up to face the ceiling, just in a receptive position, but only if it feels nice.